Okay, so I figured I would talk about my meal prep today because I am one who likes it very, very quick. This whole thing will probably take less than 20 minutes altogether. So when you think of meal prep, think of all four things, right? You think of fats, carbs, protein, so the main three macronutrients, and then think of fiber. This is the one everybody always forgets, but you want to make sure you hit fiber. So we'll talk about lunches first because it's going to take more time to do the lunches. So I'm going to get that stuff going and then do the breakfast. So for the lunches, I'm going to do butternut squash as my carb source. It also has a little bit of fiber, but I'm using it as my carb source. So each of these has 4 servings. So I'm going to do 2 servings for 4 days. I'm only doing 4 days because that's all I need for my weeks right now. So I'm going to do both of these, right? And they're both going to go in the air fryer. I love having an air fryer. Before I had an air fryer though, I just used a regular oven. I did it at 425 and I roasted them for maybe like 18 minutes, but I've already warmed up my air fryer. So literally just pouring it right in. I don't need to measure it out right now just because I already know that there's 4 servings per container, right? So then I'm gonna season it. So it doesn't want to work. I use this coconut oil spray, and so I'm just gonna spray it all down, shake and spray, and then I'm gonna use this everything but the elote seasoning. Holy crap, so good. So good. Make sure that you season your stuff because if you don't season it and you don't like the taste of just regular old vegetables or whatever it is that you're making, you're not really gonna want to eat it, right? And so this seasoning has like no macros in it at all. So I hit it up here, put a lot in there. And so this is actually probably gonna take longer. I've never made this many at one time. But just throw it in here and I put it under the little carrot guy and put it in there for about 12 minutes. And so while that's going, I have perfect timing. It's like I planned this. I have some boiling water going because for lunches I'm doing butternut squash, and then I'm gonna do roasted green beans with it for the fiber source, and then for the fat sources and the protein sources, I'm gonna use this shelled edamame. And there's 4 servings on here, and that's why I love Trader Joe's stuff. It's just, it always has 4 servings for the most part, so it's just really easy to meal prep with it. So this only takes 4 minutes. So I literally just cut off the top. And dump it in the water for 4 minutes. Alright, set that aside, and then for the other protein and fat sources, I'm going to be using these sausages. So they're technically breakfast sausages, but I wanted to pair them with one of these sausages. And the reason why I'm not doing 2 of these is because I want to have slightly lower fats from the sausage because the edamame has about 4 grams of fat. So I wanted to balance it out so this has lower fat with the same amount of protein. So I have this skillet on the stove warmed up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna these are all fully cooked also. So it's not like I have to take a whole ton of time to actually cook the meats either. Save yourself time. Find ways to save yourself time. So I'm gonna do 4 of these. Four of those, and then I'm gonna do 2 of these per day because they're 2 servings per 2 links per serving, and it's just what I want to do. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I have 4 days to work with, so that's perfect. So legit just toasting all of those on the stove. So with that being said, so my butternut squash is roasting, my edamame is cooking, my sausages are warming up, and then after the butternut squash is done, I'm gonna weigh that out and then divide it by 4 because I wanna have 4 servings for the 4 days, and I'll put it in my meal prep stuff. And then after the squash is done, then I'll put this in the air fryer. That's the best thing about using an oven compared to the air fryers. You can meal prep quicker. but this will just take maybe like 6 minutes afterwards, so not a big deal. So while that's cooking, we'll dive into breakfast. I just realized, so typically I use the Better Oats packets because I like the 100 calorie packets when I'm trying to have slightly lower carbs. When I'm at maintenance, I just use regular oats. But I like to use the Better Oats because it's 100 calorie packets and it has 18 grams of carbs per packet. However, I don't have any, I just realized that. But I did buy this cream of wheat instant packets. I've never had cream of wheat before, but hey, we're gonna try it out. So instead of 18 grams of carbs, this one has 21, so a little bit more carbs, but not that big of a deal. So I got these at Hobby Lobby. I got these at the Container Store. They're so cute. They're just like these little tiny guys. I just got them today. They are really perfect for overnight oats. So that's what we are making. So you just rip it off, pour it in, and then I have two flavors that I'm gonna use. I've never tried this strawberry milkshake. It smells amazing though. So I'm gonna try the strawberry milkshake for 2 days, and I'm gonna do my favorite, which is this ice cream sandwich. Both are first form. I've used this flavor for like 5 to 6 years now, and so I've just been like trying out some other flavors here and there. Some are just but the ice cream sandwich always golden. So again, I just poured this 1 packet of cream of wheat in here, and then I'm gonna do 1 serving of the strawberry, just like that. Here's the thing that's gonna happen though. I don't care about using just water. Usually I'll use almond milk, but we ran out and I don't wanna waste carbs on the skim milk that we have. So I'm just gonna mix it with water because I don't really care. The flavor from the protein tastes delicious. So I'm just gonna mix it with a little bit of water. And the thing with overnight oats is that it's all gonna soak up overnight in the fridge, so you don't have to cook anything. So you just shake it up. Probably gonna need a little bit more water. Yeah. So, and you can figure it out just like your preference with how thick you like things. And again, I've never used cream of wheat before. I usually use oats, so this might be a little bit thinner. So I'm gonna do that for all 4 of my meal preps. So super easy. The thing that that Mama is done, but I'm just gonna let it roast for a little longer. So just pouring this in here. I like to make things super, super easy. I don't like recipes. I don't like making crazy complicated things. I don't have kids, so and it's just me and my husband. And Kev kind of makes his own stuff too, so I don't really have to. I know with people with families, it is a bit different, but what's her name? Lily Eats and Tells on Instagram. Just give this a shake. Oh, they're looking good. I don't know if you can see it. They look good. So Lily Eats and Tells on Instagram. She has like some really great recipe cookbooks, macro friendly, and she breaks down all of the macros in them. So check her out. Some of my other clients have used her before and they really like it. So I'm gonna do 2, like I mentioned, with the strawberry milkshake and 2 with the ice cream sandwich, just to kind of mix up the flavor profiles a little bit. And pouring it into each. And then I'm gonna top them with some things too. So for my snack, I love having the G2G bar. It's called Good to Go, and you can only get it online right now unless you live in Utah. They're trying to expand, but right now you can only get them in person if you live in Utah. Otherwise, you can get them online. I've used them for maybe at least 2.5 years now, and I'm obsessed with them because they're not just like some crap bar that doesn't taste good and is full of fillers and gross stuff. Like, it is actually really good ingredients, and it tastes amazing. It is 300 calories though, so it's 14 grams of fat and 25 grams of carbs, 18 grams of protein. And the reason that I mention that is because it's not just like a cute little snack. It like helps me have another meal basically in between my big meals, and it's the only one that I've ever had that like keeps me full. I'm hungry all the time, so it helps me keep me full. So I like to have that. So what I'm gonna do, usually I'll have like peanut butter in my oats, but because I'm gonna have peanut butter in the G2G bars, I try to diversify my fat sources. So I don't try to just get all of my fat sources from just straight peanut butter, even though I love it so much. So, okay, so my overnight oats are ready there. Okay, these are definitely done. These are my edamames. And if you've never had edamame, hold on. I'm just straining it now. If you've never had edamame, you're missing out because it's delicious. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna weigh these out now. So we'll put these to the side. See, like when you do meal prep, you can do everything separately, but I just like to do it all together because it makes it go faster. So toss these babies out. When I first started, I realized that I had to keep most of these until the end so that I could track everything in MyFitnessPal just by scanning things in. It made it so much easier, but because it's all already in MyFitnessPal, because I've used these things so many times, I don't need these anymore. So just a tip for when you are starting. And then I have just 4 glass containers that I'm gonna use for my lunches. All right, so then I turn my scale on once the container is on there, and then I just pour in the edamame. Every last bit. All right. Okay, those are cooking up good. All right, so weighed this out. It is 337. So then you would just divide that by 4, and then we would separate it into these 4 containers, right? So I'm not gonna do that just yet, but I'll put that over there. And then kind of coming back to, while those are almost done cooking, coming back to the breakfast, I'm gonna put on one of these little cuties in it, and then about 50 grams of strawberries. And I'm just gonna throw it on top here. So I just weigh out the strawberry. Where'd my knife go? So this is about 30 grams. Strawberries are getting a bit old, so gotta use them all. All right, 30. And the reason why I choose 50 is just because it makes it really easy for me. I like using numbers like 50 or 100 or 150 or 200. Make sure that you get your fiber in every day. All right. And then I know that I'm gonna have raspberries for my nighttime snack later, so that's why I wanted to kind of diversify the fruit aspect. All right, perfect, that's 50. So you don't want to be eating the same things all the time. It does help in the beginning to eat kind of the same things for a few days at a time. But then as you get more familiar with what foods have what macros, it's very important that you switch up your nutrient profile, because you don't want to be getting the same nutrients all the time and excluding some others. You want to get all the vitamins and minerals from lots of different things. Plus, switches up the flavor profiles, and it just makes it more, makes it exciting, right? Also, another thing you can do to switch up the flavor profiles is your seasonings and your spices. If you have a Trader Joe's, I know all my Canadian ladies, I'm sorry, there's no Trader Joe's there, but you know, I think, I've never been to Costco, don't kill me. Okay, perfect. Those there for just a second, but I've never been to Costco, but I feel like they have a good amount of spices. But you just go there, you just pick out a few different spices that you think you might like, try out some new ones, and then that way you can season your all of your foods, all of your meal prep with different seasonings, right? All right. And so that way you can use like less oils. Olive oil is not bad. I'm not saying it's bad. It is a good source of heart healthy fats. However, when you are in a deficit phase, it is very, very, very easy to get our fats from other sources. So I don't like to waste my sources of fats from oils. So not done with those just yet, but I want to weigh out this butternut squash so I can get these rolling in there. So then I just put my bowl on there again, and also okay, I should have been a little bit more prepared, but then I do like to write down the total weights of everything. So the edamame was 337 grams total, just so that when I come back to divide everything up, if I'm not doing it in the moment, I have it all right there, right? So we have these butternut squash. My scale is zeroed out, and zeroing it out just means that you're taking away the weight from the actual container. So you're just getting the weight of the squash. Okay, so that weight is 462. Throwing things around. 462 grams total. And that is the squash. All right. You might think this is a lot of math. And I'm like, I'm right there with you, dude. Like, I'm not a big math person. I was like this, in the beginning, I was like, this seems crazy. Literally, you get so used to it. I was not a math major, right? I don't like doing a lot of math, but it's become so simple, just like with anything else that you do. So what I'm gonna do, because again, there's 4 servings in this, and I know that because I've done this for so long. But I want to give it a quick middle chop. Fun fact, I used to watch Emeril Lagasse. I used to watch his show all the time when I was really young, and I would like take notes. And my dad would make fun of me. He's like, what are you doing? And then when I became a nurse in 2013, I was obsessed with like baking, and I wanted to create this bake shop, this cupcake shop. And so I wanted to call it Cupcakes. Like, how cute is that? But I think that someone else has it now. But anyways, so again, there's 4 servings in here, and I'm just spraying it with this coconut oil spray. And then I'm gonna put this, what did I do with it? Oh, this seasoning over here on it. Again, you can switch up your seasonings, but I'm just literally obsessed with this right now. So pour it all on there. And then just pop that in. And again, if you were just using the oven, you would have all of this together and you wouldn't have to do 2 different ones of that. So that is cooking. Our sausages are done. And I'm just gonna break these up and put one of these in each of those. And then for the fats for this breakfast meal is also going to be my post-workout meal. So I don't really want to have too high of fats. So what I'm going to do is just put about 2/3 of a serving of chia seeds in it. And then like 1/3 of flax seeds. And the reason why I'm doing those is those are also heart healthy sources of fats for the day. And then I don't want to do a whole serving of each because I don't want all the fat macros and total calories from the whole serving. So that's the best part. Like, make sure you start playing around with serving sizes, right? You don't have to do a whole serving. You can do 1.5, you can do 2, you can do multiple, you can do a quarter, you can do a third, you can do 2/3, whatever it is that you want to do. You don't necessarily just have to do one serving. And I didn't realize that, like, it sounds so silly, but like, I didn't even try playing around with different serving sizes until a few months into my journey. I'm like, oh wait, I can fit like half of a serving of cereal into my nightly Greek yogurt. But and then you're like, oh crap, I can do, half servings of tons of stuff. So you don't have to do like an actual serving. One serving size doesn't really mean too much. It's just helpful for planning. But yeah, so I always want to bring that up. And then let's see what else. again, so this is going on 19 minutes here right now, which is super quick. I'm almost done with all of my breakfast and lunch for the first 4 days of my week. So I know it can be overwhelming. I highly suggest going onto Pinterest and just typing in macro-friendly meal prep. Macro-friendly meal prep. You will have hundreds of thousands of ideas, and then it can be a little overwhelming, so just choose like one website to look at. Like, oh my god, how cute are these? Just choose like one website to look at, start looking through. They'll usually have like, you know, a few options. Most of them have like 20 to 30 options in their blog post. And just get ideas, right? I really like these nourished bowls, like where you pick the fat, protein, carb, and fiber source, and you just measure things out, throw them together, boom, easy. So while the green beans are still going, I'm gonna take these off. I'm actually gonna put them in each of the containers. So I usually don't cut them up until I'm actually eating them. That's just what I do because I'm lazy. But again, I have 2 of the regular sausages from Trader Joe's. Be careful with the chicken sausages because some of them are still really high in fats. Regular like pork sausage is also really high in fats. Again, fat is not bad. I'm not saying that. I just like to diversify my fats and make sure that I balance it with a little bit more protein because it does not fill me up usually. So I want to make sure that I get enough protein to help fill me up. So those are all going together. I'm going to show you the chia seeds. Okay, so for these flax seeds, see the serving sizes on the back? It says 15 grams for 1 serving. And so I only want 1/3 of the serving. So this makes it really easy because 15 divided by 3 is 5. So then you just measure out 5 grams per serving. And then I always just like to zero it out in between. Makes it much easier. Boom, look at this. So easy. Oh, it's gonna look so cute. Again, I know it can be overwhelming in the beginning. You're probably like, what are you even doing? How do you know what to do? Like when? You just like with everything, you get used to it. And macros really did change my life. And that's why I'm so passionate about it because I was stuck, you know, like I bought everyone's program. I was doing everything to try and lose weight consistently and I couldn't do it. And I was so miserable. Hold on. So this one is 15 grams also and I want 2/3, so I'm gonna do 10 grams. So I was buying like everyone's program and I was just so unhappy with how I looked, how I felt. I had gained about 20 pounds after I got married because my husband and I went on a backpacking tour through Europe for 5 weeks. We just went until the money ran out. That was our honeymoon, and it was amazing. Highly recommend that if you can. We saved and saved and saved and saved, and then we went out until the money ran out. But anyway, so I gained 20 pounds on that trip very easily because before my wedding, before I knew about macros, I did a stupid like meal plan that some guy had made for me, and I like followed it for months, and I was miserable. Like I did lose some weight. And I was tiny though, and I like had no muscle, and I was so hungry all the time, and I was just like, and then my metabolism was so ruined that I gained all 20 pounds back so fast, right? So I was miserable, and then I found macros, and I had hired somebody to help me because again, macros in the beginning are difficult, and then you just need someone basically to hold you accountable, and then you show up for yourself a little bit more. So that's why I'm so glad you guys are all here. But then I was able to lose the weight in a sustainable fashion, and I was able to fit things in, you know, every day that I loved. Again, with macros, when you're trying to lose weight, we cannot, like, we gotta be realistic, right? We cannot fit in, you know, 2 servings of ice cream, Pop-Tarts, like all of these things in the same day. But you can fit in one thing that you love every single day and then focus on things that make you feel good, such as fiber and protein that make you feel full. Because you can definitely fill 1,800 calories worth of junk and feel like shit, or you can fill 1,800 calories full of delicious things that make you feel amazing, that make you feel energized for your workouts, and fit in something like a serving of cookies or a serving of cereal every single day. So we do have to make some sacrifices when we're trying to reach a goal, but it is in a sustainable way. So, oh my God, these look so cute. So these are the little overnight oats, and then while that's going, actually, while that's going, I'm just gonna put this away. I think they should be done. Yeah, they're done. So, I'm gonna take another container. Yes, this is a lot of containers. I'm gonna take another container, pour it all into here. All right, and so the total for these green beans are 280 green beans, 280 grams. Okay, so now I'm not going to show you guys the end result because I'm going to start doing the math and putting everything away, but that is it. 26.1 minutes. Boom, lunch is done, breakfast done. I have to do Kev's later, but I'm not sure what he wants, but that will take another like 30 minutes. So not that long. Set up for breakfast, lunch. I already know my snacks. As the G2G bars, which I already have from them, I ordered them. If you do want to order them, I do have a 20% off code. It's just Kate, and it'll save you 20%, which is awesome. They truly are my favorite. I do not promote things that I do not use myself or that I do not think is a good product. So use them if you want to, but just be aware of the fats because they're 14 grams. And then dinners, I was gonna do this bake that I saw from a recipe. Also, I use these for headbands. Does anybody else use their sunglasses for headbands? Because I do every single day. Anyways, I was gonna do a bake, but I'm not going to. I'm just gonna make some chicken for the week to throw that into some dinner meals, and we have some ground turkey left. So I'll use that and then make another nourished bowl probably, unless I feel real spicy after the gym today, but probably not. But let me know any questions and let me know what you're gonna do for meal prep.